Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, you are welcome. I'm very happy to have you here. I'm very excited that you took our time to come and watch my video today. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe. Help us grow this channel together. This is a place that we intend to talk about everything and everything, including sports, celebrity news, politics, whatever. And once in a while, we'll be dropping tips, what I call my tip for the day. We'll be dropping tips on how to navigate everyday life. Because the truth about it is that when you look around us today, a lot is happening in our world today. And there is need for us to talk about a lot of things that are happening, encourage ourselves, give ourselves tips on how to navigate this life. I do not know it all. I expect everyone's intellectual ability to come together. Even in this video, drop whatever your comment is. Maybe from your comments we can derive something to talk about that will help us. Having said that, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching this video from. So today in this video, I want to talk about this story that is already all over the place in the news. This thing is really something that is very unfortunate. So in my own opinion, I think it is something that shouldn't have happened, but unfortunately it happened, and that is why we are talking about it today. And it is the story about this woman, and in Calabar precisely. I think it happened on Sunday afternoon that apparently crashed and lost her life while she was running after her husband. The way the story has it is that I think I got information. I'm still yet to clarify that she was actually, it was on a Sunday afternoon. I think a friend of hers texted her and told her something about her husband being somewhere in the mall with another lady. And probably, I'm just saying probably because I'm not sure, probably this is a man who is already known to be randy. Probably there's been a lot of stories going on, a lot of issues going on in the marriage with the man's infidelity and everything. So on this very faithful Sunday, I think from what I gathered, I'm yet to be verified, I think a friend of hers texted her about her husband being seen somewhere in a mall. I think it's a spa mall or something like that in Calabar, with another woman. And this lady decided to go check it out. She decided to go. You know, there's this popular saying that life is 10% what happened to you and 90% what you do with what happened to you. That is what makes the whole difference, because a split second of decision could change your life, either for good or for bad. And one other thing that we need to really watch as human beings, maybe you can take this as my tip for today, is that our ability to control our emotions. It goes a long way to, define the outcome of events in our lives. Honestly, a split second decision could either make or mar us, as we can see in this woman's case. So the story has it that this woman went to this mall. Of course, it turned out that whatever information she had about her husband was actually true, because she actually saw this man. Maybe they went to church together, came back together, and men in their usual ways, oh, I just want to step out, maybe to see a friend or to tell one story or the other. And as soon as he got out, he decided to go out for his usual. I want to believe it's his usual. So he steps out, and then when the woman saw the husband, according to this story, she saw her husband getting into the car, maybe already inside the car with this lady. And of course, the way she saw them, she actually believed that something is going on between her husband and this woman. And then, in a split second, she made a decision that I can say that is not the wisest of them all. She decided to, got into her own car and decided to give them, block the man, and the man, seeing the wife, wanted to run away. And in the course of the whole thing, they entered into this thing that looks like a James Bond kind of, this kind of action movie kind of activity that was going on. So the man was racing, the wife was pursuing, trying to meet up with the speed and everything. And in the course of the whole brouhaha, this woman lost control of the vehicle. Apparently, imagine where you are speeding with rage, with anger, and the lots of emotions. I can imagine the kind of emotion, can imagine the kind of thing that was going on in this woman's mind, what she's going to do when she catches up with them and everything and everything. Only God knows the level of adrenaline that was running into her system at this point. And then, unfortunately, she veered off the road, got into a ditch, and she got into a very serious accident that eventually she lost her life. And that brings me to the question that I want. First of all, I'm going to ask you a question, which I will appreciate if people just drop their comment at the comment section. And also, I'll make a comment. My first question is, first of all, who do you blame in this situation? Do you blame the woman who decided to run after the husband? Do you blame the friend? Because like I said, this is yet to be verified, but from the information I got, I think a friend saw and texted and said, this is what I saw. This is where I see them there, so place. Do you blame the friend who saw something like that and felt that the first thing she needs to do was to inform this lady immediately? Do you blame the woman who actually saw her husband and decided to take the action the way she took it? Or do you blame this man? Who do we blame in this situation? Left alone for me, I will say that look, I am not condoning whatever the man did, but I think it has come to the point where women will begin to understand that, I don't want to use the word that it is in the nature of men to do all these crazy, stupid things that they do. But I think it has gotten to the point where women will begin to understand that our life is worth more than these men that we have as husbands. Our life is worth more than, as much as it is in your power as a woman, as a wife, do your best to make your marriage work, because honestly speaking, marriage is a beautiful thing when you get into it with the right mindset and with the right person. Do whatever you can do, but when you find out that it is not working, when you find out that it's giving you more heartache than the fun you're supposed to be getting from it, I don't think it's worth it to lose your life in the process. I do not think it is worth it. Personally, in my opinion, I think that the route this woman took in trying to handle this situation was very, very wrong. Very, very wrong. So detrimental. When I heard that about this case, this situation, the first time I heard of it, I heard that something like this happened and that the woman got into an accident, and then the person who brought the news said, let's pray for her survival. The first thing I asked myself, when she was running after the husband, if she had caught up with them, what would she have done? What exactly was she planning to do? To fight the man? To fight the woman on the street? What exactly was she planning to do? Somebody will say, why are you blaming her? After all, the man did. Oh, yes, I get that part perfectly well. The man did what she did. She has every right to be angry. She's felt betrayed. And who knows, this is not the first time. Who knows, this is the thing that she's been going through in this marriage. But the point I'm trying to make here is this. Oftentimes, it's important for us to control our emotions in a lot of situations, because, like I said from the beginning of the video, a split-second decision could make or mar us. Because at the end of the day, come to think of it, it's all about your happiness. It's all about your mental health. It's all about your life. Okay, I tried to make a comparison between this woman's action and what happened to our dear May Yule Dochie. One could see a contrast in the way people handle situations, right? The May Yule Dochie, for people who do not know, I believe everybody must have known about this woman's case by now. This is a woman who just woke up on a Sunday morning and saw on Instagram that her husband went on a Sunday to get married to another woman who already, not a woman who is just pregnant for her, who already has a child for him. This woman is not just every other woman, but the woman that this May knows already. Do you understand? When she saw this whole thing, the only thing she said was, may God judge you both. And for everyone that's followed them, you realize that since this whole thing happened, this woman has been so calm about everything. And that brings me to say that recently when she celebrated her birthday, this same man who insulted her, who did everything, and this story is not about me and you, but I'm just trying to make a contrast in the way people handle situations and the way, you know, the repercussion and the after effect of our actions. Everyone could see. Somebody could say, oh, everybody doesn't have the kind of grace as me has. My beloved ones, any woman that is watching this video, you may not have the kind of grace that May has, but I want to tell you, having seen everything that has happened, not just the woman that lost her life, but every other person, it's time for women to begin to have that kind of May grace. Begin to develop that kind of grace. Begin to develop that kind of mindset. Because the truth about it is that men cheating is not stopping today. And let me put something out there. These things did not start today. Some people will say, oh, in the olden days, our parents, their marriages lasted. In the olden days, men were cheating as much as they are doing now. The only thing that makes difference is that because of the evolving of technology, social media and everything, it's like the orientation of people are gradually changing. That even in those days, most of our mothers, they were living in the house with a man who do not even have communication with them. They endured because of us, their children. Most of them will tell you, I stayed, I endured, I took every nonsense because of my children. When you ask most of our mothers, they will tell you, but these things did not start today. It has always been there. But it seems like the way these things are being handled is much, much different in this day and era than the way it was handled then. So the truth about it is that, am I saying that it's okay for men to cheat? Absolutely not. It is not. But it has gotten to the point where women need to understand that these things are what it is. Men and women are not wired the same. These men will, the ones that want to be silly will always be. So it's high time women begin to reorient themselves, begin to find a way to take care of themselves in situation in marriage. And again, men, it's important for you people to begin to understand that these women that you went to bring, you decided of every other woman you have seen, you decide to go bring this woman to build a life with her. How is it too much to ask for you to learn to respect them? And that brings me to also to these people that call themselves side chicks. Come on, what is going on in our society? What is going on? What is this madness about side chick, married men? Why is it that women, these young ladies these days, you cannot wait to have your own man? Why do you have to run after people who have a home already? What is going on? What is going on? And tomorrow you still get married and you want your own man to stay with you. What is going on? Anyway, bottom line about what I'm saying is that what happened to this woman is very, very unfortunate. We will try to bring updates of everything that has to do maybe to get a clear picture of what happened, what transpired before and after the whole event, what brought about, what happened before this whole thing, and more stories about this lady. But the one thing is that when things like this happen, we always ask ourselves, what is the lesson that we take out of this? And the lesson we take out of this, from one woman to another woman, is that please, women, understand, first of all, that these men, I don't know, do I say that it is in their nature to be stupid? Is in their nature to behave this way? I don't know. That is not condoning, saying that it's okay for them to do what they do. But then, every human being should understand that in the heat of emotion, in the heat of situations, please, it's important for us to try to put our emotion in check. It would have been better for this woman to wait. She's already gone. She can't take our advice now. But this advice is for the ones who are still alive, who are still living, who are still here. When things like this happen, it's important for us to hold ourselves. Oftentimes, when you hold yourself, that is when universe fights for you. That is what I see in the case of May. She held her peace. She kept quiet. She kept moving on. She brought out the best in her, even though she is going through a lot inwardly. But her outward appearance is not. No wonder she's getting the kind of massive support she's getting. Women are beginning to come to that awareness. But it's unfortunate that there are still some in the class of this woman who just lost her life, who felt that the best thing to do in such a situation was to give her husband that kind of rat race that ended the way it ended, leaving her. From what I gathered, she has 3 boys. Leaving these 3 boys to who? To the mercy of these side chicks who will eventually come in as this man's wife at the end of the day. And my question I ask again, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Women, please learn this. Learn this. Learn this. And men, please, I don't know how else to put it. Learn to respect the woman who bore you children. Learn to respect that woman who is bearing the burden of the household with you. Learn to respect that woman who left everything and decided to adopt your name to be with you. Learn to respect and honor them. Everybody learn to respect your spouse. Learn to respect that person who decided to dedicate their life to you and to you alone. Is that too much to ask? Anyway, it's so unfortunate that this woman has to go the way she left. It's unfortunate, but it's a lesson for all to understand that one split second of decision can make or mar us. It's important for us to always put our emotions in check. Be careful, be mindful, and remain blessed. Thank you for watching. Whatever is your thought, you can leave it at the comment section. Thank you for watching and see you again. Bye-bye.